is no exception. She flew to New York to talk exclusively to Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg.
All in a day's work, of course. Matt, Leo, as he's called now, Dominique, and Marky Mark star in the new film The Departed. Take a look.
You better get organized, quick.
Hey, last time I checked, I ticked you off and you're not in jail.
Welcome to a world where it's hard to tell who are the cops and who are the criminals.
When you're facing a loaded gun, what's the difference?
In The Departed, the police wage war on organised crime, sending undercover operatives to infiltrate criminal ranks.
You won't be paid as a regular cop, but there's a bonus involved. Tax-free. So what do I do?
The cast almost defies belief.
With Academy Award winner Jack Nicholson, Academy Award winner Matt Damon, Academy Award nominee Leonardo DiCaprio, and introducing Monique Wright.
Well, not quite, but I did fly to New York to talk exclusively to the stars. Although I love the whole cast, I've got to say you stole the show for me.
Thank you.
What's it like hearing people say that when you are amongst these amazing actors?
You know, it's weird because I never ever know how people are going to react to anything I do, nor the movies that I'm in. You try your best, you commit to the role, you do your research, you work your ass off, and you throw it out into the world and it's left in the eye of the beholder.
Leonardo DiCaprio plays a tense undercover cop.
I got an informer in my outfit. Cop. Stadies, Boston Police Department.
You sure it's not the FBI?
To the outside world, you've got this perfect career, this perfect life, but is it stressful, particularly a role like this? Do you get stressed?
You know, unconsciously, yeah. I mean, if you're trying to, put yourself through the ringer every day and trying to express all this stuff, you go home and you're exhausted, mentally exhausted, and you might find yourself snapping at people that you wouldn't normally snap at.
I thought I was supposed to tell the truth. Here, you are!
People have asked me, was it fun to make this movie? And that is not the operative word. It's not fun, You're constantly nervous, You're aware of everything around you, and you're committing yourself to, doing the best possible work, and you have, people like Jack Nicholson and Martin Scorsese to answer to. It's nerve-wracking, it really is.
Matt Damon followed cops on the beat to prepare for his role.
We are an elite unit. This is what we're after.
Frank Costello, watching them in these really high-pressure situations, hitting a crack house, and watching how they handle it, and, how brave they are, and they don't hesitate.
Mark Wahlberg had no trouble getting into character.
Do you have anyone in with Costello presently?
Maybe. Maybe not.
He grew up in the shady underworld of Boston with a film set. You said that if you hadn't got into show business that you would have ended up a criminal.
Well, I was in jail for a little while. I went to jail a few times. So, yeah, I had already accomplished that part of my career. I became a career criminal. And then I realized that I wanted a little more out of life. So, thankfully, I was able to overcome that.
Do you want him to chop me up and feed me to the poor? Is that what you guys want?
No, that might stick.
You shut up.
It's the fall here in America, and traditionally this is the season when movie studios release all their Oscar hopefuls. Now, even though the Academy Awards aren't for another 6 months, critics here are already saying if The Departed doesn't clean up, there's something very wrong.
If it happens, fantastic.
Do you think is it a possibility?
Anything's a possibility. George Clooney won one last year, so anything's possible.
But away from the movies, most of these Hollywood types seem to shun the limelight. What does your mum think about this title of sex symbol?
I don't think she'd probably, I don't think she'd probably think it was silly, Yeah, I think if you change someone's diapers, you probably can't think of him as anything but your baby. She's still changing my diapers to this day, so I don't think she,
Do you have to work hard at being grounded, or are we easily pleased?
I have teams of people who take care of that for me. No, I think I have a great family and great friends, and they don't let me get away with anything. And there's something about Australia where, I just have a really easy time talking to people. Like, there's no, people don't have airs there. You know what I mean? People are just, they want to have a chat. things go well for me down there. You know, it doesn't feel fake or like like I'm up on a pedestal or anything like that. Because that's what that makes me feel a little embarrassed.
Yeah, if you're full of yourself, we'll knock you down.
Yeah. You're good at that. You know, that's good.
Especially if there's ego involved. Was there a lot of ego?
Well, there was a little bit of flexing of the muscles going on here or there.
Any measuring of the trailers, that sort of thing.
All that stuff. All that stuff.
But it's no wonder. This movie is being billed as legendary director Martin Scorsese's best work yet.
You accused me once. I put up with it. You accused me twice. I quit. You pressure me to fear for my life, and I will put a bullet in your head as if you were anybody else.
Oh, Leo, you stole the show. Matt, what does your mum think you're being a sex symbol? Oh, for goodness sake, Monique.
All right, who would the equivalent be for you? Koshi?
Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Matt and Leo. Let's talk. Forget the movie. That looks great anyway. Leonardo DiCaprio has come into his own.
He has,
He's a little bit
absolutely.
rough and
He is
grown up.
a lot more manly in person.
Is he
He's a lot, taller. And he's just
Was he
fantastic
nice?
in this. Absolutely lovely. Bit of the tortured artist thing happening, you know. I think he thinks about things a lot after the interview, because after I'd given him the compliment of him stealing the show, and he was going on a break, and he came and bailed me up and said, thank you for the compliment, and shook my hand, you know, really intently, and that's okay. And then as he turned around, what are you doing later? No, none of that. But then I turned around and tripped over the lead that was walking on.
We love you.
It was just awful.
Did he help you up?
Oh, I was just thinking, please, I would prefer to just die right now. Mark Wahlberg, definitely the cool one. I walked in and he said, I think we've met. And I said, no, we haven't. All life blondes look the same.
Yeah.
And he went, okay, all blondes look the same. You know, so he was cool, and Matt, of course.
Yeah, Matt, I just big crush.
Absolute gentleman, really sweet, really kind, exactly what you would expect.
So is the movie good?
Forget the movie. Jack Nicholson, he wasn't
He wasn't well, Jack
Oh.
Nicholson. Big disappointment. I would have loved to have spoken to him, but, you know, I guess I can just settle for Leo and
Next time.
Matt and Mark. Movie of the year for me. Absolutely brilliant. Not for everyone. It is violent, but not for the kids. Definitely not for the kids. It's about the mob in Boston, so you expect it, but
It's a
it is...
modern-day Godfather type thing.
That's exactly what it's like. Modern-day Godfather, sort of crossed with Pulp Fiction, high action, absolutely fantastic.
Matt tall? Matt Damon tall?
Yeah, he was, but Leo's taller. Leo's
And
taller.
who chose your wardrobe?
I had long shorts on.
Is that right?
He's been teasing me about
She has
showing
great legs, and
legs.
she was off to interview 3 hot men. I mean, you know.
It wasn't
You
intentional.
go, girl.
Thank you, Monique.
Tell them to come over here anytime. Hey, Matt likes Australia.
And you call
Loves
that a job.
Australia.
Okay. And The Departed opens in cinemas across Australia tomorrow.